Because you said we're going to do this in 10 minutes, and I don't think we can.
Oh my
But
gosh.
here's the timer.
He is setting an alarm. How rude.
Just set it.
Come here. Okay.
Take your phone.
Okay, let's put this on here. Sit, 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 sit.
That was a motorcycle.
All right, so this is a 10-minute test.
Sunny, test.
We want to see if we can do this live stream in 10 minutes. And we wanted to talk about something important that, I don't know, I feel really silly. I feel really silly right now. So
you
we
want
want
to talk about stretching yourself.
Yes, I want to talk about stretching ourselves and how important it is to stretch ourselves. So just stay with us. You know, I was saying to Josh that I was having these thoughts about what it's okay. I think it's okay. Of what stretching ourselves really means, right? And how we think this is valuable for you and really like for the weekend. Obviously on the weekends and life definitely is, you know, we spend more time with those that we love on the weekends, and sometimes it can be filled with a lot of joy, and sometimes we can be sort of rubbed the wrong way, and we want to enjoy life, you know, we want to enjoy life more. So here's some thoughts, some insight that might really support that. So this morning Josh and I went to we went to the gym and we did a strength workout. And I was thinking about how, after that strength workout, I was thinking about how every time that I am consistent with yoga, hi, Anna, hello, that, you know, and I've been doing yoga for 12 years now, and I've been pretty consistent with it, meaning 2 to 3 times a week, but I've gone down to like 1 time a week, and I've been getting more injured. And so the idea here, and we're going to talk about how this relates to relationships and then also business and or your professional existence.
In 9 minutes.
Okay. All right. Go, Michelle. Go, go, go. So, I've been getting more injured. And I thought, wow, okay, I have to remember to stretch. Okay. So that's the workout sort of story. And then when we talk about relationships, you want to talk about that piece?
Yes.
Stretching ourselves?
So the metaphor is
8
stretching.
minutes, 7 minutes.
But I'm going to do it a lot faster.
All right.
So if the idea is that you need to balance the work that you do, you need to balance the work that you do on yourself, the work you do in your body, the work you do in your mind with stretching, then in relationships what we're talking about is that
how we stretch.
In order to have a good relationship, you need to stretch in terms of how you relate with that other person. And specifically, a lot of times it's actually putting yourself in their shoes. It's really easy to go through life thinking that people react to things the way that you react to them, that they want the things out of life that you want. And part of an effective relationship is actually stretching to think, wait, I have to put myself in this person's shoes and think about how they view the world, how they react to things. Michelle talks about love languages a lot. What does this person actually need from me? I know what I want to do for them, but what do they actually need from me in order to feel loved? And those aren't always the same things. So part of an effective relationship is actually stretching yourself to think about the other person, put yourself in their shoes, and try to see the world through their eyes in order to be a better partner for them.
And I think one of the main things, and this is probably where we'll end this live stream, because once that alarm goes off behind us that we had 10 minutes to do this live stream, we got to go, is that conversation, like that very thing that Josh was just saying, comes to light, or I should say the thing that allows us to continue to know what is it that my husband loves from me, what is it that, you know, in what ways does he love to be loved, is by having conversations. Meaning, and that sounds really simple and like, oh yeah, I've heard that before, but here's the thing, we in marriages, in relationships, in any kind of relationship, not just marriages, we forget that we need to have that conversation over and over. Oh my gosh, Holland's eating our food. Sorry. We need to keep having that conversation over and over and over again. And again, that may sound really simple as well, but how many of us are actually doing that? How many of us are saying, hey, and this is why I mentioned the, hey, hopefully this is something that you can sort of take into your weekend, of course into your life, but into your weekend. in the sense that, you know, sit down on a Saturday with time, with just peace and love, or on a Sunday afternoon on, you know, some hammocks or something. And if you don't have any, you're totally welcome to come here and lay on ours. But to have that conversation and say, hey, I haven't asked you in a while. I haven't asked you in years. I haven't asked you in weeks. You know, like, you know, how, like, what sweet things can I do for you that would make you feel loved, or that would make you feel like I'm taking time? Yeah. So that's really, you know, what I wanted to share on my end is the conversation piece. That is what really makes a wonderful, beautiful life, and that's what really makes you feel very present, and makes, you know, your loved one feel like their presence is your present, you know, is a gift to you, is when you stop all the rush and all the madness and you say, hey, I want to have a conversation with you. And of course, hopefully it's a reciprocal thing. And then the last thing that we were talking about upstairs really quickly was on the professional side and or the starting your own business side. Sometimes the thing that hurts us, meaning like the thing that can injure us, and I put that in quotes, in business, let's say in entrepreneurship or on the professional side of things just generally, is that we feel that we need to be one person in business and or in the expression of that, you know, well, I'm the CEO of this company, or I'm, you know, this sort of entrepreneur, and I need to sort of keep this persona over here on my business, in my business life. But then personally, I'm basically kind of a different person, you know, right? It's like two separate people. And I believe that really does end up hurting us, meaning that ends up sort of injuring the results that we get in business. We don't necessarily feel sort of authentically expressed when we're trying to be two different people. And so the way professionally that we can stretch, or that, you know, we are, you know, sort of being asked to stretch, is to understand that what people really want to see from you professionally, whether you work at corporate or you work for yourself, is that they want to see the real you. They want to see you at a networking event or at a business dinner on a Monday night, you know, and then bump into you when you're with your sister, you know, coming outside of yoga at 10 a.m. on a Saturday, and they want to feel like they have the same person, because it's that trust. Again, it goes back to relationship. Someone needs to be able to relate to you. They need to be able to trust you to say, hey, I want to put my life, you know, or my business, or whatever it is that you end up doing for them, in your capable hands. But it comes from that trust of someone feeling like you are aligning, you know, that the different yous, the business you and the personal you, is aligned. They're the same one, same person.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of that, like we talked about in the relationship part, there's a little bit of that stretch potentially when you're at work and at home, which is, especially if you're working in teams, is taking that moment to try to figure out, like, what part of me does this person need in order to succeed? How can I support this person? And part of that isn't just you doing the same thing over and over every day. It's being cognizant of the fact that you are working in relationship with other people, and taking a moment to stretch yourself outside yourself to figure out what is this person, what do these people need in order to feel supported, in order to feel like there's a trust that's built within the team. So that stretch also exists at work. It's not it's a different kind and quality. The result that you want from it is different than a romantic or a life partnership, but that stretch still exists in those circumstances.
That's a beautiful cap. Our alarm's not even going off.
It can go off any second.
We did it! We did it, and I should say, by the way, I was just going to call myself out. I did it. He can do he can
I could have done this in 3 minutes.
Yeah. But again, that's the writer in me, right? I'm flowery. I love to tell stories. I love to, you know, express and have fun in the way that I do that. So, hopefully, you know, again, that supports you this weekend. Like, I think the thing that I just want to highlight again is conversation. Again, it sounds really simple, but what's not simple is the time that we take, or the time that we don't take, to do that over and over and over again in our relationships. So that people are evolving. Our people are evolving all the time. We get to ask them more and more frequently, what is it? What is it that I can not just support you with, but what is it that makes you feel loved? and then build that into your schedule. Build that into your the things that you're doing with them and for them.
Yep. So stretch, do it.
Yes. All right, everyone, have a good weekend, and we will be back soon. Oh, Jim Gelati says, bingo, the love languages. What do we need individually, and what does our spouse partner need? Awesome. So happy you caught us live, Jim. We'll talk to you all later. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves.
Bye.
And your people.
Bye.
Bye.